Welcome back, blade fans. So we've got another custom knife review for you today, custom fixed blade. Yeah, I've been going hog wild this year, and what can I tell you? I've really gotten into the works of many new makers, or new to me. Although this guy is not that new, I've got a few others, and I've certainly got many of his production designed knives. And this is, of course, Dirk Pinkerton. You probably recognize the logo, although it's a bit far away right there. This he calls his Nomad. And the Nomad is turned up in a number of different places, that name. Dirk designed a Nomad, which is unfortunately no longer in production, for Kaiser knives, kind of a folding version of this. And I'm going to see if I can break in this video before we're done and show you that folder, because it's very much the same blade design. So we've got a trailing point, and let me get the sheath out of the way for now. And let's back out a little bit. Oh, a little too much. Okay. Real beautiful grind. It's a hollow ground knife. It is made from Elmax steel, a high wear resistance, very good edge holding steel, quite close in composition to M390. Not better, not lesser, just a little different. You can look it up. This one is hardened to about 60 to 61 Rockwell, as far as I know. I did say hollow grind, and you can see that beautiful hollow grind there, as well as Dirk's exquisite finish, nice satin finish on this knife. Got a bi-directional finish with the horizontal brush marks along the flat, vertical brush marks along the blade grind. And this is also a wickedly sharp blade. He does a fantastic job. This one has almost got, I don't know if you can see it or not, I'll try. It's got almost a mirror finish on it. It's not a real wide band, but you know, with the hollow grind, that's a pretty fine edge. The G10 is a two-layer gray and black G10 with what appears to be a black liner. I'm pretty confident that that's a liner and not part of the G10. Got a liner along the tang of the blade there. Really, really nice. There's your mark for Elmax again. There's your Pinkerton logo, and it's about a 5.5 inch blade, but we're going to measure it up just so you have some concept of its size. It's not a small knife by any means. So we've got about inch and a quarter, 10 1/4 inches overall. I've got to lower my hands way down here. And yep, there is your 5.5 inches to the handle, and 5.5 inches cutting edge. Okay. Handle width, and it's a fairly flat handle, 0.57. Blade thickness, 0.14 millimeters, 3.6 millimeters. And I ended up putting my scale way to hell up there. Okay. Let's see what she weighs. And got a weight of the knife only at 5.93. We'll round up. And if I put the sheath on and zero it again, must be frustrating. I don't think the battery's going, but I'll check it later. Okay, with the sheath, 7.8 ounces. So fairly light sheath. And speaking of the sheath, you'll notice no mounting hardware. That is typical of Dirk. He's not shorting you anything. He just doesn't want to give you what you're not going to use. So you could put a tech lock on here. You could put a belt loop. You could put a DCC or ulti-clip. I think something this length would do well with like a scout carry, or maybe an appendix carry, or maybe you'd want to hang it. You've got very good retention. On all of Dirk's sheaths, what he does is carve out the tunnel so you have nothing really wrapping around the handle, but you have these tabs that utilize the depressions where the screws are, okay? These two. So that's the retention rather than using the guard or anything else to lock it in. But you can see it's very tightly molded there. It comes out relatively easily, but it will not shake free. So should you want to hang this upside down in a shoulder rig, I think it worked quite well. When you grab the knife, you're grabbing the knife here and just a little bit of those two tabs. Kydex is a pretty good thickness, as you can see. The Bastinelli knives I have, for whatever reason, they use a very thin Kydex. And I don't have any of those on hand today for examples. But the ergos on this knife are absolutely beautiful. Great place for your thumb and forefinger there, should you want to use a saber grip. And no jimping, but your thumb fits nicely in that little curve right there on the back of the blade, should you want to go reinforce your cuts. I feel this could have some utility purpose. It's got a nice belly. It's got a tip that falls somewhat above the top line of the handle and certainly above the center line, so that would make it a trailing point, Persian style. And with the name Nomad, he's sort of intimating that it is a Persian style blade. So I'm going to compare this to a couple other Dirk's knives. Let's start with one I really like and I've had for a while. And this is the Smilodon, named after the saber-toothed tiger. So kind of like the fang of a saber-toothed tiger. This is meant to be used in the point down edge in style, whether that's like the Elvia knife, the Ed Calderon's Ed's Manifesto, Libre Fighting. Trying to think of all the words that are aligned with that. You could certainly use it for that. You've got that same offset, although you don't have quite as pointy a blade, and it isn't raised up quite so much as those knives. But also Filipino pakal or pikal style, very well suited to that. And it's a hollow ground on this one as well, hollow grind, and quite sharp. A recent acquisition based on Dirk's Razorback design. This is a much larger knife, and this one truly is a custom, while the Nomad is sort of his, I hate to say cookie cutter, but it's a standard model that he's made in the past in different sizes and shapes to some degree. The Razorback here, same thing. He's made many different Razorbacks. This one I specified the jimping. I specified the sharpened top swedge and the handle material, which is the Python micarta. This is just a beautiful knife, and it is also wickedly sharp. Significantly larger, I would say, not so much longer, but taller and heavier than the Persian. You can see the blade height on that. Now here is the Kaiser that I wanted to show you, and this is also called the Nomad. Let's take the beautiful Razorback out of the picture for a moment, and you can see the similarity right there. Longer, slender blade, a little more of a belly on the folder. You got to get more accomplished in a shorter space with the folder, but these are no longer made. It's unfortunate. Beautiful titanium S35 VN blade. Definitely more of a hook kind of upsweep to this one over the fixed blade. And you're going to see that variance even from custom copy to custom copy. But notice the handle. The features are same on the handle, and some of this design here is similar. Anyway, that is the folding Nomad Persian style by Kaiser. Dirk's design. How about something that's really hit the market strong? This is not so much a Persian as it is a Navarro Spanish style blade, and this is called the Nighthorse. This is taken off. People love this knife, and I don't blame them. It is a folder. It's a not a White Mountain, I'm sorry, it's a Smoky Mountain exclusive. Look at that. It's almost as large as the fixed blade Nomad. In fact, if I really line up the handles, yeah, it's really only about a ½ inch shorter overall than that 5.5 inch fixed blade. This is about a, what's the blade length here? Yeah, almost 4.5, slightly shy of 4.5 inches. Beautiful knife for $29 out of Sandvik 14C 28N, and look at the drop on that. This is such a fidgety, beautiful knife, and it's hard to believe that they were able to turn that out for 30 bucks. Anyway, similar knife. Notice more of a forward belly and then a quick upturn, but you could classify it as sort of a trailing point knife. So another look around. The Nomad Custom by Dirk Pinkerton and Elmax. Just really, really fine. And these are going to run you somewhere. Dirk just has some great prices for custom knives. It's going to run you somewhere in the $230 to $250 range, I believe, if you were to buy one of these from Dirk. That's incredible, because there are guys turning these out for a similar knife for $350, $400 easily, if not more. And just got to say, great work, great masterful craftsmanship by Mr. Dirk Pinkerton. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe. Oh, wait. I did say I promise a lot of things when I'm doing videos. I was going to do a paper cut. Oh, just a laser for a large fixed blade. What a edge on that. Okay, there you have it. That's my show for today, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a like again and subscribe. I'll be back with you soon. Take care.